Hey now.
This is a certified hood classic.
Another one.
Well, what do you say we get thrown out of an Applebee's?
All rise, orders the court. Happy Friday. It is it's time for We Got a Case. Bill?
Yes.
Mikey?
It is Friday. What a week it's been. Glorious week. And we're going to end it with one of my favorite judges, Judge Boyd. Judge Boyd is going to, a lot of people don't, she's kind of polarizing. Either you love her or you think she's too much.
Mm-hmm. You can see that.
But she does have the nicest purses and most beautiful flowers on the internet.
She does, and she's got a lot of flowers today. It looks like only one purse, though, which is interesting.
Several purses needed.
Martinez, good morning. I see that. I know that he's set for the 27th, but we're here on these motions.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is his girlfriend here? Court is calling 2024 CR 4455, State of Texas versus John Anthony Martinez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Tacked on for the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
Leah Alon here with Gary Barton's office representing Mr. Martinez.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. There's a motion here to amend bond conditions. I believe that is the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon is the complaining witness, the defendant's girlfriend. All right. And I believe that she wants the no contact order lifted.
That's the state's understanding, yes.
All right. State, are you in agreement with lifting the no contact order?
We let counsel know that they had two separate motions, one for the GPS, one for the no harmful. We were in agreement to depending on the former or latter with respect to partial to monitoring, Your Honor.
Okay.
But we almost essentially, we're happy to, if the court would like our recognition, we almost stayed silent given we were hoping to hear from the complainant given their presence in the courtroom today.
All right. So with regards to GPS, then the court will allow for tracking. Now, anyone want to call the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So before you all call her, is this an issue where the complainant is going to come and say this didn't happen?
If my understanding is correct, it's not so much a reneging or taking back that something happened, so much as it's a putting forth a complainant's intent to not assist in prosecution is the state's understanding.
All right, because if she is, let's call her up. What is her name?
Oh, shit.
Shania Hernandez, Your Honor.
Shania Hernandez, come forward.
I believe she is outside of the courtroom.
Yes.
May I go get her?
Yes.
Martinez.
Yell in the hallway 3 times for her.
You raise your right hand for
That's
me,
right.
please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Shania Hernandez.
All right, Ms. Hernandez, if you are coming in to say that this did not happen, then you will need an attorney to represent you. I'm not saying that the state would file charges against you, but it is a crime to file a false police report. Do you understand?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
All right, so are you coming forward to say that this did not happen? All right. Anybody wish to ask her questions?
Yes, Your Honor. If I may, could you please spell your name for the record
Shania.
and your last name?
Hernan.
And can you describe the nature of your relationship with Mr. Martinez before the incident?
We were in a long-term relationship with a.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you.
Sorry, we were in a long-term relationship with a kid.
And how many children do you share together?
One boy.
Hope
And
her
how
day
old
gets
is your
better,
child?
Pass.
Hang in there, Pass.
And since the incident, have you had any contact with Mr. Martinez?
No, ma'am.
Have there been any violations of this no contact order?
No, ma'am.
You know, Mystic Lady, I don't think it's so much about her be lying. I think that it's some people would walk in there and say that they think that that's the easiest way to get around why. Say, even if you walked in there and said, well, it didn't quite happen exactly the way that, you know what I mean? It seems like an easy way out, if you will, but there's ramifications for that.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. I do not like this at all. I do not like the fact that we're going to just take it away and not like it didn't happen with no ramifications. I feel like,
Yeah, no,
you know, judge has already told her, look, you come in here and tell me nothing happened after you told me something did happen. You can look for charges coming your way.
yeah.
So
No, I think she
again,
handled that right. for sure.
again, I you know, there's always two sides to the story, agreed, but when it comes to something like DV, you got to be really careful.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, I mean, we've already went through the process of getting the protection order in you know,
It's in place. Yeah.
right.
Yes,
So
in place.
obviously there was some stuff there that made it that way. DM Andy, thank you for 22 beautiful months. It'll be interesting to see if it's granted and if everything works out here.
And do you have any safety concerns specifically as they relate to Mr. Martinez?
No,
And has it been challenging to avoid contact with Mr. Martinez for yourself and your son?
for my son, it's just kind of hard doing all this for himself and not having, the parent that agreed to become there.
What sort of difficulties have you experienced?
Like on weekends, I always have to find somebody to watch him because his daycare doesn't carry through on weekends.
Drug
so
Beaver
it's always me
Productions.
trying to either find
Thank you,
get
Jonathan.
a family member to help or, sometimes it's hard being able to get diapers and everything what he needs throughout. And I don't really have anybody to ask for help.
And do you have any concerns or reservations about modifying the bond conditions in this case?
No.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, I have a few. If there are no objections.
She didn't give any good reasons.
How old are
No.
you?
I'm 22 years old.
Kayla King, thank you. 2 beautiful months. You're right. No, I mean, she didn't.
I need a babysitter on the weekend.
Right. I need some help with diapers. So I said,
Yeah. Then not one single thing did she say that makes me think, oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
Lisa, I just, whenever you come across something like this, you always wonder where that comes from. Why did, and then to stand there and say what she just did again, hey, I hate not having them around.
I'm in a tough
like,
place
no.
and have no choice but to bring them back around. Those are not reasons.
Things are crazy. Michael, I don't know if you're here yesterday, but I said thank you for the tour of Italy that we got from the Olive Garden
Thank you.
the other day.
I was there too.
She said 22.
22.
And how long have you been in a relationship with him?
3 years.
All right. And how does your family feel about your relationship?
Mm.
Mm.
Are they?
I don't like that answer.
I think we know the answer to that.
Mm. It's not good. Michael, just in case you weren't here, I want to show you the tour of Italy.
That's the tour of Italy. Yes.
Was the tour of Italy we took.
That's not Creed. That's his wife. If anybody's
That's right.
wondering.
That's not me.
He
Just
doesn't
saying.
clean up that well.
Opposed to it? Were they always opposed to it, or they just now are opposed to it?
They're just not opposed to it.
All right.
For good reason.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, she didn't.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, you can come back. Any other evidence?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right. So this is what the court is going to do. One, I'm not allowing him to have face-to-face contact with her. According to
Oh,
the indictment, and I don't take any of it as true. I'm just here on an aggravated assault with
Wow.
a deadly weapon, but it's alleged you pointed a firearm at her.
no.
So I will allow him, because she's saying she needs diapers, she needs this. He can call, I think they do, what is it, DoorDash or whatever they do. I know
Yeah.
you can order at the grocery store and they will deliver it. So you can,
Mhm.
if you want to help take care of your child, guess what? You can go online. I will not consider it a violation if you're ordering Pampers or whatever food items you want to have delivered to that home, but you're not allowed to deliver it. Do you understand? You're not allowed to have contact. If there is some sort of agreement regarding the child, I have no jurisdiction over the child. If somebody has legal documents where he can have visitation with the child, that needs to be done through a third party, not through her. So the only contact you are allowed to have with her is having groceries delivered.
Could I have my mom deliver anything to her?
Yes, your mother can deliver items to her as well. You are not allowed to have face-to-face contact with her. State, do you have any objections to him maybe having,
Randy?
I don't know, I guess Zoom time with his child?
No objections, Your Honor, and I think providing him any civil documentation would also help the state in the future with respect to the child. So
Okay.
absolutely, Judge.
All right, so there's to be no in-person contact with the complainant. So that means that you can have contact by Zoom. You all want to talk and you want to see the baby through Zoom, you can. But you are not allowed to go to her place of employment if she's employed. You're not allowed to go to her residence. If there's a family barbecue and she's there with her family, even if the baby's there, you're not allowed to come over. You understand? Is
I
that,
think it sounds like just face to face. It sounds like
Yeah, it sounds like he's going to let them do some chit chatting on Zoom or on phone calls if it's got to do with the
Right.
child.
interesting. How she's handling that. Drunk Beaver Productions. $5. Finally, $5 Friday. I like that. $5 Friday. The Finally Friday Express. You're on it. Lots of F's given today.
Yes, they are.
anything that you do not understand about the court's instructions?
Hey, Tiff.
All right, so there's to be no in-person contact with the complainant, and GPS is tracking only, and the court is asking that fees be waived.
We've gone full AI.
All right,
Love.
is there anything else? All right, we'll see you.
Are we pretending to be live? Yes.
2024 CR 5966, State of Texas versus Jimmy Cardell Claiborne. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
A little ways for the defense.
All right, are you Mr. Claiborne? Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Claiborne, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with the offense of credit or debit card abuse as a state jail felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? You're gonna need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor, he is.
Mr. Claiborne, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
I'm not.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication, and there's to be restitution to the complainant. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 60 hours of community service restitution, and the theft course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Oh, he's awake. All right.
State, any evidence?
No objections, Your Honor, for purpose of the plea.
And state you may be
Looks great.
excused. Counsel, I'm sorry, Mr. Claiborne, did you review
Okay, so Garrett,
stipulation of
thank you.
testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court
I'm
will
gonna draw
accept
something.
into evidence states exhibits
ahead.
1 and attachments and review the same.
Rolando Arguelles. Rolando Arguelles. Arguelles. First name Rolando.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments,
this
the
last
court will
night.
find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty.
Huh?
The court will
That's
defer
nice.
finding of guilt as you've applied for
I think I
deferred
just sketched it
adjudication.
real quick.
Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Never seen
Anything
dancing
on
deers.
behalf of your client?
But the court just followed the
Exactly what
agreement that we
they're
have with
doing,
the state.
All right, why are you stealing?
It was in a bad spot at the time.
No, I mean, I don't understand why when people think they're in the bad stop, the go-to is let me steal from somebody else who's been working hard. So why
Oh.
are you doing it? And what bad spot are you talking about you're in?
Wasn't doing it one time.
No, I mean, one time is too many. So what bad spot were you in? Because you're employed. So what bad spot were you in that you would take somebody else's credit card and use it?
I just started working. I needed Pampers.
So, I mean, see, that is zero excuse. Let me tell you why. Because there are plenty of places that will give you free Pampers. And guess what? I don't know why people.
I'm guessing he's a father. He didn't just shit his pants. when he
Yeah,
started
he didn't set that up very well, but I needed nipples for the bottles.
it. Okay, that'll work.
I'm sure he only bought 1 pack of Pampers
Yeah,
with the stolen credit cards.
Rest of it's $300 with other shit. No, but gosh, I'll tell you what, all my friends on Facebook made sure I was well aware of what happened last night at the debate.
Oh yeah, we can't wait to not talk about it.
That's for damn sure.
stuck on this Pampers thing because if you can't afford Pampers, you know what you do? You use cloth. Pampers is just something that's been brought in new to existence for convenience. But back in the day, people would use cloth diapers.
Yeah.
You get cloth diapers, and guess what you do?
My mom did that
You
with my
wash them,
brother.
and they can be used again.
It's disgusting.
So
That is gross.
again, what were you buying at Walmart?
Gift card. I didn't want to keep using the card.
It was on gift cards.
So you use their bank card to buy a gift card for yourself to use.
It's not.
All of
All
our
right. So
poor
you didn't want to
business.
keep using their card because you didn't want to get caught.
It's not.
So don't act as though you were doing them a favor by, oh, I'm going to Walmart to purchase a gift card. Anything you want to say for your client?
We are, due to the nature of the circumstances, we are asking this court to defer the finding of guilt and give him the opportunity. He's remorseful about his actions. It was a one-time occasion. He's not a convicted felon. So therefore, we're asking this court to give him that one opportunity to keep up the felony conviction, be a better parent, better husband.
All right. I know he's saying it was a one-time thing, but according to the police report, they're not saying it's a one-time thing.
Uh-oh.
Go on.
The credit card companies contacted him and his wife regarding suspicious charges.
My
There's
God,
an S on
Amanda.
that. So that means there was more than one charge. Otherwise, they would have said regarding a suspicious charge.
I understand that, Your Honor, but I mean, police reports at this moment, the only thing that was mentioned was the $501 that Walmart tried to say. There wasn't anything else alleged.
Well, there's a situation where he tried to use the card for $100. That's what's in the police report. So you have the $500 Walmart, and then you have another $100. How many times were you trying to use their cards? Or how many times did you use their card?
I only used the card one time.
To get a gift card, though, so that you don't have to keep using the stolen card.
Yeah, so he was trying to lessen his chances of getting busted. Let's not Let's not make it.
Exactly. Once you convert that, you get rid of that card.
Yeah.
And you're not using a stolen card at that point. You're just using a gift card.
Yeah. $500 one at that.
It says, Mr. Vincent advised the complainant that on August 7th, a $100 charge was attempted at the Walmart with the Bank of America card. And then the second and third attempts were at the same location at approximately 6:45 a.m. and 6:46 a.m. The second charge was $504 with an American Express card. And then there was a third attempt for $204. So there are 3.
Great to see you, Jeff.
Been a while.
Well, Judge, we're still asking this court to follow the state's agreement at this point. Like I said, my client is remorseful of his actions. He's not intending on doing so again. He's not a convicted felon and would like to keep that a felony conviction off his record. To be a good father, get secure employment, and be able to provide for his family.
How many children do you have?
4.
I'm sorry?
4.
What are their
Great
ages?
reference.
11, 7, and 2 1-year-olds.
11, 7, and 2.
And who do you live with?
My fiance.
Is this your fiance? You put a ring on her finger, y'all are going to get married? Or is this somebody you just live with for a while and y'all decide to say she's the fiance?
No, ma'am. I've been with her for 6 years. I put a ring on the finger.
All right. And what does she do for a living?
Right now, she works from home.
Doing what?
I don't know. She just got the job when I got locked up. I think it's for AT&T.
I think it's OnlyFans around there. I'm not sure.
And how far did you go in school?
Now,
How far did you go in school?
we have associates,
Associates in what?
business.
And what have you been doing with your associate's degree?
Well, I just moved to Louisiana. My uncle was going to help me open a business for myself.
All right. So are you in Louisiana or are you in Bexar County?
I just moved to Louisiana in December.
Oh, so is he going to be living in Louisiana?
We are going to be asking probation. I explained to him that it can be transferred, but it has to be through the probation department. He first needs to check in here, and then probation arranges for that to happen and be able to move to whichever parish that he's going to be living in Louisiana.
All right. And your fiance is in Louisiana?
So,
What parish?
St. Samuel.
All right. This is what the court is going to do is a $500 fine.
Oh, God, pass.
The court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution to the complainant.
I can see it. I can see it. I can definitely see it.
There's to be proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. 120 hours of community service restitution.
I wish you'd asked what kind of business he was doing.
The court will waive
Right? I would have loved to have heard that.
60 of those hours upon completion of parenting classes.
Mobile car wash.
And the court is ordering parenting classes. There's to be regular
All
UAs,
yours.
regular reporting by Zoom or in person. I'll do a transfer to St. Tammany Parish. And the theft course. Probation, is there anything else he needs? I'm sorry. Well, I'll order field visits, but he's trying to transfer to Louisiana. But while he's in San Antonio, then there'll be field visits 1 time per month until transfer. Is there anything else, probation?
No.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Stealing is never the answer. You understand? There's a lot of free places, at least in Bexar County, where you can get diapers, you can get on WIC, you can get help with food. They have all these pantries available. So that's not the answer. Now, let me just tell you, with this offense, whether you're on deferred or not, it's considered a crime of moral turpitude. So what that means is your business degree, maybe you'll be able to do something with that, maybe not. Your attorney can explain to you all of the collateral consequences from pleading, and I know he probably did already explain to you the collateral consequences from pleading to any crimes that are considered crimes of moral turpitude. You understand? All right, good luck to you. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge.
Creed, Bruno sending over 20 bones to the PP. Oh, not the PP, the Cash App. Sorry.
That same thing. I'm going to use my portion to get some eyewear like this one that just showed up. Lorraine's wearing.
She's got great hair.
I like that. Oscar, yeah, I get you on that. Some of her stuff is a bit harsh. It really is. She will give you a dose of reality, but I also think if you're trying, she has some compassion too. She's got a good mix, I think.
I think she's a good judge of character for the most part.
Mm-hmm. I like the first one that we had today. I liked how she did that. I think that's good. I think it's very important to not be overturning many protection orders, because I think that is just a recipe for disaster, I guess you could say. That's what I think. On to the next.
Is announced for the record for the state. For the defense.
Lorraine Ephraim.
And are you Miss Hickman?
Yes, ma'am.
Your attorney is actually out of county right now. Do you have any objections to her appearing by video?
No, ma'am.
State any objections to counsel appearing by video?
No.
All right, Ms. Hickman, did you review the motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I do.
Okay.
Thank you, Bruno.
Are you the same Sonia Hickman who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 2962 for the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle on June 1st, 2021 for a term of 2 years and extended for 2 years? Is that you? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And
American courts. Good to see you, buddy.
Negotiate to proceed on?
Actually, we didn't discuss which violation. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. We are pleading true with the open to the court.
I think
we
that's
do
what
not
she
have an
said.
agreement.
All right.
We would go under number 5.
It's either Hickman or Hickman. I'm not
Hickman
sure.
or Hickman.
Condition number 5, in Bear County, Texas, defendant Sonia Hickman that did in there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of February and March 2023 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that, true or not true? All right, state, do you waive other violations?
Your Honor.
Did you, any objection to the state's waivers?
No objection.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court would find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 1 year in the state jail facility? Did you understand that?
True.
No, I want you to listen to me carefully. You've pled true to violation of condition number 5. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that violation of condition number 5, you're saying that you didn't report for February and March of 2023. Did you understand that?
True.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand?
I understand.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to number 5, I can send you to the state jail facility for up to 1 year? Did you understand?
Yes.
All right. Knowing that I could send you up to the state jail facility for 1 year, do you still wish to plead true to number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The court is finding violation of condition number 5 true.
That was a long
My
pause.
understanding is there no agreement. That is correct.
That's correct, Your Honor.
State, what are you requesting?
Long one.
Revocation, Your Honor.
All right. Defense, are you requesting revocation as well or no?
No, my client would like a chance to be continued on probation. And what she says is that she was homeless and on the street for quite a lengthy period of time, which made it impossible for her to comply with probation. But now she's in a more steady and stable situation with an address and feels that she can comply and complete all conditions of probation. So
All right.
we're asking for an opportunity to be continued.
All right, that's going to be denied. I'm going to grant the motion to revoke. This is not her first motion to revoke for this cause number. Probation, has she done anything on probation?
She said nope.
All
Nope.
right.
Judge,
State, yes, defense.
I believe she has 73 days credit.
Grigsby, how long will it take for
All
a
right,
lady to have a
so,
baby?
State, what are you requesting for sentence?
Your Honor, I believe.
That's my
the,
guess too.
1 year is the underlying, that's what we'd be
Huh?
requesting.
Huh?
All right, this is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is going to grant the motion. Court is going to sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's $1,000 fine.
Not working out.
Time and money will run concurrent.
Daddy, chill.
Was there any restitution owed to Davis Thieves and Enterprise Rental Car Company?
Oh, she rented a car and didn't take it back.
Oh, whoopsie.
All right. All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Of course she did, Gracie. She ain't done anything. They just said on probation, not a damn thing.
That's not.
All right, do you have a limited right to appeal? That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on community supervision. Do you understand?
That's not.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. If you have an issue, you can always go to different places in Bexar County. Bexar County has a lot of shelters for people to stay at. They have a lot of free opportunities if you have a drug or alcohol problem where you can get help.
That's not.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And back on the record, I'm sorry. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand? All right, good. Mr. Arguelles has been appointed to
Best of
represent
luck.
you. Have you had contact with your previous attorney?
One time I did have a video conference with him. It lasted about 2 minutes, ma'am.
All right. And how long ago has that been?
I'd say about a month and a half ago.
All right. And also,
Mario stepping in
you asked
again.
the court to have another attorney appointed to represent you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And that attorney is Mr. Arguelles. Do you have any objections to Mr. Arguelles representing you?
No, ma'am, none whatsoever.
All right. And Mr. Arguelles, of course, you are entitled to 10 days. Are you waiving that?
We are, Your Honor, in the best interest of my client.
All right. Mr. Torres, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Are you the same Frank Daniel Torres who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 7903 for the offense of assault, family, choking, strangulation on February 8, 2024 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Unfortunately, yes, ma'am, it is.
All right. State.
On or about the 16th day of May, 2024, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Frank Daniel Torres, did then and there fail to attend and successfully complete the following counseling education program: state accredited battering intervention and prevention program.
That's
in
not
violation
good.
of Condition number 20.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, ma'am.
He's on a
State.
roll.
The state waives and abandons the others, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand?
If we've learned anything throughout doing this show, finish any of those. Do any program, any of that you can do. And man, judges love to see that work, love to see that accomplished and gone through. And man, it is such a bad look when you haven't completed things.
Yeah, you come in here with nothing to give, nothing to say. You can't say one good thing about you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have many chances. You're going to get the max.
And by pleading true to violation of condition number 20, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 20?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 20 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is a proposal, Your Honor, yes.
And what is the proposed agreement?
The proposal, Your Honor, is for revocation and adjudication of guilt for then a term of probation to be 5 years and to continue on the conditions, notably because the complainant across both is the same. So that was the proposal with respect to conditions remaining the same, but this time with a conviction and a permanent finding and to be on straight probation as opposed to deferred.
All right, what I can tell parties, I'm not going to follow that agreement. If you all wish to continue on probation, the part of the agreement I'm not going to follow is the 5 years. So what would you all suggest for an underlining? Are you all suggesting for an underlying sentence with the conviction of 5 years?
Well, we want a term of 5 years of probation, correct, Judge? Unless the court wants to go lower, which we would not be opposed to.
No, I will not go lower.
Allie
Good try.
tried.
Good try.
See that smile? He
I
knew
think
he
the
wasn't.
initial
He
discussion
knew
was
that was-
potentially for a 5/5, so 5 years probated and suspended for.
unless Your Honor, if you just let him go free.
Let's see. When he pulled that one, he also looks like Charlie's uncle off of Always Sunny, the attorney. It could be him too.
That smile, Jesus Christ! You know, unless you,
5 years, but if we need to increase the timeline,
Yeah.
I'm happy to talk with counsel now.
All right, if y'all can talk about that with the
Sure.
underlying.
Okay,
All right.
yeah, may we just briefly break away?
Yes.
We have an agreement, Judge.
All
Quick
right.
breakaway.
And what is the proposed agreement?
The proposal, Your Honor, would be for 8 years for the underlying and that.
Robert.
Correct.
Let's see, Robert.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Talking to you.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right. This is what the court will do. The court is going to find you guilty. There's to be no contact with the complainant. The court is going to order partial GPS for employment only.
Mm.
In regards to the no contact, Your Honor, can they have contact through one of the apps because they do have a child together, 14-month-old?
No,
How's he going to take care of his child?
he's going to have to do that through some sort of, if they have custody arrangements.
That's what I meant, like through the apps that allow for that to happen, that they can have communication.
No, I mean, because, and you all didn't proceed on it, but I'm assuming the reason for this is because there's another allegation. And what is happening with that other allegation?
It's newer, Your Honor. It's from May, so I don't have any word from the intake attorney on the status of that case.
All right, and who is the alleged complainant?
Same complainant.
So no, I'm not going to allow that.
Yeah, that's not
So-
gonna work.
No contact with the complainant. There's GPS partial for employment only, and all other previous conditions are to remain. And I'll ask that GPS fees be waived. And I'm going to sentence you to 8
Well,
years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years.
well, there's
I'm going to show you.
There's
what
a pending charge too.
Revocation of
There's more-
defendant's
more
rights
to
to
it.
appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. And also because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. There's no contact. I previously ordered no contact.
Yes, ma'am.
Obviously, it appears that it's not working.
I-
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
and I know maybe the new allegation, you're saying it's not true, but I don't have any.
Well, ain't got nothing to do with that. I will say this. When it comes to these DV cases, I don't think there's no like standard to it as far as like it has to be this, it has to be it's a case by case thing where she decides on, I always like to think the judge knows more than I do.
yeah. Oh,
The judge knows a lot more than I do. So I'm not going to question really, especially DV cases. I mean, to me, those are one of the kinds of cases where I don't feel like there's a lot of wiggle room.
yeah.
There really isn't. Whereas some of the other stuff like theft and things of that nature, I could see there being some more leeway on stuff, but not with DV stuff. Never, ever.
Yeah, I can see that as somewhat between judges, but overall, still such a it's a scary thing. I'm glad that I know what Paisley was saying about like with the first one that we saw with her trying to go back, but listen, she didn't let it happen. Thankfully, I think there's some judges that I think that you got to wonder if she had some real reasons where that would have ended up. She didn't have any reasons on that first one. Just crazy.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. I wouldn't want her job, man. And she
So
does it. She still does it with style and class, man.
She
I'll give
does.
her that.
It's always fun about watching different judges. Everything is different in every courtroom. The finally Friday Express Drunk Beaver with number 1, KC baby, Bruno with the cash app. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back at 4:05 East for Florida Friday. We got a chase.
That's right. But don't worry. Until then, you'll be kept company because you're going to be redirected here in just a second to we got a case channel where you'll be watching some Judge DeSanto sending folks to the Hooskow, the Old Pokey, the Stony Lonesome, the Gray Bar Hotel, all those and above. She will be sending folks to there. So a premiere happening in just 20 minutes over there. So do not miss that. And then from that video, you'll be sent on your merry little way over to Credence and Mikey, the home of the OG hamburger. You guys will be thrilled to see Judge J. Cedric Simpson. The J, of course, is for justice. With a person that either A, passed out in his courtroom or pretended to pass out.
No.
And 2, a lady that comes in and thinks that an hour in the back represents a jail sentence. So yeah, a lot of craziness to wrap up our Friday. So please keep an eye out for those premieres happening in just a short moment of time.
Daddy, chill.
That's right, Daddy. We're going to chill. Good to see everybody. Casey, thank you for the nice words about. I did go on Colin channel last night. He asked me on to talk about Tommy V. And I reminisced about our talking about wrestling and things like that. It was a very emotional thing. And if you haven't watched that, go check it out. There's also a link there to the GoFundMe to help his family with final expenses. So if you would be so inclined, go do that as well. Make yourself feel good. That's what I'm going to go do. I need you guys to stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one. Right, Creed?